Oh, what a throwback. It is time for a Twilight Princess review. What a fucking goated game. Like what a game. You know, this is one of the games that like takes me back to a different time. Like when I think about like what gaming was like in the 2000s, this is definitely one of the first games that comes to my mind. Seeing this at E3 back then, fucking take me back to E3, baby. Into the actual review now. Twilight Princess is a fucking amazing game. Like the story of like a little small town village boy becoming, the hero. Like that's just so fucking iconic. Him meeting Midna and having to fight all of his demons from the past and all the fucking wolf shit, trying to save all the village children, like his connection all ties back to the fucking Ordon village. Like that's just so fucking cool how they just kept hammering that in. This isn't a story where Zelda's like a huge main focus throughout, or even Ganon. Like it's really about Link and Midna. It is really like those two throughout the whole game, their journey, their internal journey. Like that is the story of this game, and I think it is really, really well done. Midna is arguably the best companion character in gaming history. Midna has like some of the best lines in the entire game. Like she is witty, she's fucking quick with it, she's fast, she's snappy. Like she is fucking awesome, but she's also like really, really heartfelt. Like her whole interaction with Zelda, like when she almost dies, was fucking beautiful. All of her hatred for Zant and her will to like try to save the Twilight Realm is just so beautifully done. Like it is, she's fucking awesome. Her relationship with Link really makes this game what it is. Some of the best locations in all of Zelda. Like this Hyrule Field is god tier. It has awesome, fucking amazing dungeons. Like I think Twilight Princess has some of the best dungeons in the entire franchise. Snow Peak Ruins, fucking the Hunter's Grotto, like so many like iconic places. Like I think this game as the actual Zelda game functions really, really well. Like it is like really up there with like Ocarina of Time as like peak Zelda formula. Like it is a traditional Zelda game, but like modernized to 3D with like updated graphics and shit. Like it's a very similar Ocarina of Time in that sense that it how it plays and all that shit, but it's just like kind of it's just kind of modernized. They also deck Link out with tons of different like abilities and items and shit. You got claw shot, double claw shot, like tons of different arrows, bomb arrows. You have water bombs, and they really hook Link up with a whole arsenal of shit that you can really just play this game however you really want to. Spinner is super fucking creative. Like there's so many awesome fucking items in here that really just make Link have this whole arsenal of weaponry that I just think this game does a really, really good job of exploring. Even the ball of chain is fucking awesome. Like Twilight Princess has some cool shit. Speaking of cool shit, the fact that the Ocarina of Time Link literally teaches Twilight Princess Link all these swordsman skills and shit throughout the game is like some of the coolest Zelda lore possible. Like this moment, like this interaction is just beyond cool as shit. Like what they really did, like that's just so cool to me all these years later. Like that's Ocarina of Time Link teaching Twilight Princess Link how to be Link. That's just beyond cool. The only thing that I think holds this game back just slightly are just the overall boss fights. Like I think the dungeons are good, but I think the boss fights at the end I think are not very good, not very well done. I think a lot of them are just very simple, very easy, and they're just not overall that threatening. Except that giant dragon in the Temple of the Sky. That was the only one I thought was the only one that really, really like was a really cool boss fight. That was the only one. Argok or whatever the fuck his name is. He's fucking awesome. All the other ones I thought were pretty lackluster. Also including Ganon. I think Ganon, this is probably one of the more lame versions of Ganon that we've seen, in my opinion. Like he's rarely shown. Like he's really just kind of shows up at the end, because most of the game you're thinking Zant is really the enemy. Midna keeps talking about Zant. Zant is ruining the Twilight Realm and all this stuff. Like you want to defeat Zant, and then it kind of just all like Ganon just kind of shows up at the end as like, oh, Ganon's really the one puppeteering this whole thing. and like he just doesn't really have that prominent role in the game, and he kind of just shoehorned him in. Yeah, and I don't really like his design on here. And his fight is really stupid. You can fucking cheese it with a fishing rod. He's this is not peak Ganon like Ocarina of Time or Wind Waker Ganon. Even despite those things, Twilight Princess is an amazing game. I think this is the third best Zelda game of all time, behind Wind Waker, Ocarina of Time, in my opinion. Twilight Princess is very, very goated. I miss Zelda games like this. Let me know what y'all think.